2023 was a massive year for Bitcoin, and it all started off when we had the ETF hype. We could see that Bitcoin started off in these areas at the low 20,000s. We ended up pumping up to 50,000. Now the ETF's done, right? Now what's happening next is we have the ETH ETF incoming, and I'm seeing the same hype. I'm seeing Ethereum finally catch up to where Bitcoin's sitting at the moment. And today we're going to be speaking about the next trades we're going to take on Ethereum. I'm going to show you guys how to take options on Ethereum as well, as I'm seeing a short pullback, but then I'm seeing an absolute massive explosion. And again, Ethereum has been lagging for a very long period of time, and I'm seeing a massive opportunity for all of us to make money. Today is a nice Sunday video for us to sit and look at what's happening next. While the markets are boring, no more wasting time. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, happy Sunday to you all. Remember to subscribe to 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 if you're brand new to the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoy this type of content. Guys, let's jump straight into it. So the early signs we obviously saw in the middle of 2023 was, Bitcoin finally breaking the top of this range. And since then, we started to fly back to bull market territory. And at any moment now in 2024, we could see a Bitcoin all-time high. Now, the big thing to pay attention about this is the market always moves in cycles. Go from Bitcoin to Ethereum to altcoins. What's crazy, though, over the last couple of months, we've seen Bitcoin to altcoins and altcoins to Bitcoin. We haven't seen Ethereum. And that's why we focus very much on Ethereum today, because I'm seeing Ethereum still sits at these early stages over here. And I'm seeing a big capitulation from Ethereum to the Bitcoin pairing. So let's go through a couple of things. So guys, the first thing I want to start off is I'm going to give two views here. I'm going to give a short-term view of why I still think there's short-term downside and the perfect opportunity to get into Ethereum. And then I'm going to be speaking about where am I seeing Ethereum go into the hype of the ETF. So let's start off with the short time frame analysis over here. And here we go. So we did lose a trend. We lost the major trend that Ethereum's been gaining for, the last couple of weeks, if not couple of months. And I'm still seeing a little bit more downside. I'm seeing that this big rejection over here, sort of weakened Bitcoin. And the fact that it weakened Bitcoin, I do think there's a little bit more downside in Bitcoin. And I do see that the dominance will go up slightly. So that just means that Ethereum will still get affected quite hard if Bitcoin does have another pullback. And right now, Bitcoin's not looking too bullish. So what I'm looking for is anywhere here between the 2400 sort of area. I'm looking at a bit of downside, and I have two targets here. My first target at 2100 and my second target is at $2,000. Now guys, this for me is the ultimate entries for Ethereum. As an investor, as someone that wants to get into Ethereum, this is the chart that I'm paying attention to here to really buy my Ethereum for the bull market. Now, guys, I want to show you here quickly to ETH to Bitcoin. We've been going down for the last 18 months, ETH to Bitcoin. But what we are seeing, though, is firstly, we're seeing some support here. But we had a little pop out a week or two ago, and now we're back in. And what I'm seeing here is an ETH capitulation. I'm seeing any moment now, a shakeout one more time, and I'm seeing ETH go up for a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months, to the Bitcoin pairing. In that time, I do see a small pullback in Bitcoin, but then a bounce. And in that bounce, I'm seeing Ethereum bounce incredibly hard to the upside. And I'm seeing Ethereum on this next push to the upside outperform Bitcoin by up to 40 to 50%. And this, for me, all comes down to the ETF hype. So we ran many months of the Bitcoin hype. And a couple of months, 3-4 months before, we really saw Bitcoin start to rampage up. So now that we've just gotten done with the Bitcoin ETF, I think the markets are taking a little bit of a breather. I think they're taking a little bit of a slow bleed or a little bit of a chill out sort of period. And after that, I'm seeing around March also, I'm seeing a massive hype around the ETH ETF, and I'm seeing ETH start to push up. So the fact that we've been going down for so many months over here, I'm looking at the breakout from the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing to the upside. So that's one thing. The second thing over here, guys, is we are just coming and doing a simple retest. So if you look at this, ETH did break into bull market territory. This, for me, is the ultimate pullback over here for us to shoot our way all the way up to the $3,000 again. I actually have a target of $3,500, maybe by the ETF hype. Otherwise, the second half of the year, I am seeing us make our way over there. So this was us finally breaking out of this long-term previous support over here, finally getting back to it. And I'm seeing one more little shakeout over here to the upside. Now, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to trade it. Firstly, as an investor, I'm going to invest at the areas of close to $2,000 to $2,100. That's going to be my entries for the next push from Ethereum, right? Maybe at that time when it gets closer, there's a little bit of leverage trading. But I'm going to show you the next thing, which is options. Now, guys, this is sponsored by Deribit. They are our partners, and this is very powerful. Why I'm saying this is you need to start learning options now. It's very important because leverage is not going to be here for that much longer. Options will still remain, and you still have some sort of leverage when it comes to options, but it's calculated. It's a lot more calculated than just wiping your accounts out and things like that. So let me show you this over here quickly. So if you go to the Deribit exchange here, and let's say you start off at the home page here, you want to go to the options section, which is this one here. Now, there's only two different coins that you can do on options, is Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm going to use Ethereum as an example, and I'm going to take trades live with you guys now, so you can see the trades that I'm taking. So what you got, guys, is something called calls and puts, okay? Now, let me explain quickly what an option is. An option is a right. You know, it's a right to have ownership of a token for a specific amount of time if it's going up or down, right? You don't own the token, but you're able to have the buying power, the selling power of that token just by buying an option of that. So what that means is someone on the other side can borrow their Ethereum out for you to use for the month, and you can determine if it's going to go up or down. And if you get it correct, you'll make money fully on that entire Ethereum. And if you get it wrong, you'll just lose the money that you paid, that you actually paid for the actual order. So let me show you this over here. So a call is if you think the market's going to go up, and a put is if you think the market's going to go down. Now, I'm going to take two different calls here. Why? Because short time frame, I'm bearish. I think ETH is going to come down a little bit, and I think it's going to come down in the next 2-3 weeks. So if you have a look on the top here, you have different dates that you are set over here to make a call or a put. Where are we going to get? Are we going to go up or down from here? Now, I know it may sound a little bit confusing, but let me start it off and show you here. So I'm going to jump back to my analysis here. I'm seeing Ethereum at 2,300 right now. I'm seeing it go down. And 2,100 is more or less my target over here. So what I'm able to do is I can actually sell Ethereum without having to have all that Ethereum. Let me show you this for a second. So if I go here, on the put side over here, you could see they got the different prices here of Ethereum. Right now, we're sitting at 2,300 on Ethereum over here. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to buy a put. Now, what that means is I'm able to sell Ethereum at 2,300. Okay. And whatever it goes down in that time is the money that I can make. But what you could see over here is the price of that put. So let me show you an example. So I think we're going to go down. So if I pay $76 now, I'm able to buy one option of a put, which means I have the power of Ethereum. And I'll explain this in a second. So if I click on this over here, I can click on this one here, and I can say, okay, I want to buy a put to the downside. And I'm going to buy 4 of these as an example. 4 of these here. And then you can see on the right-hand side, Jay, is the order book of people that are selling. So I can click on this one here, and I want to buy 4 of those. So I want to buy a put. Let's have a look. There we go. So this has now gone through. So guys, as you can see, what I've basically done is I've bought these puts. Now, what does this mean, guys? Technically, I've shorted the market. So what I've basically done is I paid $80 per put, okay, at this 2,300 mark. Now, I got to minus that $80. So it's $2,220 is my entry price. Anything below that $2,220 I make, and I can sell at any point up to that date. Now, if we get to the date, and I'm in a win or a loss. Let's say I'm in a win, right? By the time that the option will expire, and I'll make the profits that's on top of that. The worst scenario is I go below, or let's say we pump up and we're outside of my area, I will lose that $80 per put. So I'll lose the $320. So basically, you are putting a risk up front. You're already putting at what I'm going to lose. The power is, though, guys, is you have the whole Ethereum as a way to make money on top of. You're only just putting $80, but the fact that every $100 you go below that 2,220, you make $100. You're making way more than what you put in. So for me, that's something where I don't put a ton of money into all the time, but I can put. I have decent shorting power at the moment. If we decide to go to $1,800, I'll end up making $1,600 on my $300 bet, and that's the power of it. So when it comes to this, remember, you got your dates. You can choose the dates over here, right? Of where you want to take puts and where you want to take calls. So let's speak about the bullish scenario. So bearish scenario, I think by the mid of the end of February, I think we go down. in that time. Therefore, at this period that we are right now, I'm happy to take these short-term shorts. And then if we look at, let's say, June, I'm very bullish on Ethereum. So now what I can do is I can actually look to buy a call in that time. Now, this is where it will make a lot more sense. The shorting is a little bit confusing, but the longing side is a lot easier. So if I go down over here, you could see that if I want to buy now in this area over here, I'll basically pay for 2,400 position over here. I'll basically pay $300. $300 is more or less my price over here to get that call over there. Now, what that means is I would have to take 2,400 plus that $300. So my entry price is only 2,700. But my actual goal here is to get to $3,500, which is up at this block over here. So I think we're going to get to $3,500. So what that means, like, if I go back over here, if I buy this, and let me look at buying this one over here. So now I want to buy this. So again, I click on the actual option. Then I come here and I see the order book and I can choose the nearest one over here. You can put a limit order if you want to try fight for a price. I just choose the price that I'm happy with now. And that's this one over here. So if I look at this, I want to buy this now. So basically what I've just done now is now I've bought a long. Okay. And my average entry price is 2,700. So I'm betting that above 2,700, we're going to be by the mid of June. Now, what that basically means now is if we go to 3,500, right? If we go to 3,500, you know, I'll be making the $300 above the 2,700. Yeah, I'll be making $800 on top. Yet I've only put in $300. So that ultimately for me is looking at a nice little 2-3x. Of the money that I'm putting at the moment. So once you have bought them, you can see here below, you can see your different options that you've bought. And this will indicate if you're in a loss at the moment, you have your P&L over here, and your return on investment. So you can see on my current little shorts that I've taken, they're in a slight little loss at the moment. Market's going up slightly. But again, you know, those ones, if they go down, I'm looking at making 3 times my money on the put side over here. So puts again means shorts. So it means you can pay any of these prices over here that you would like. You just got to pay the premium to the person that's borrowing you the actual Ethereum. So guys, what I've basically done is I've gone short for the short period of time, and I've actually gone long, you know, for the rest of the year until the mid of the actual year. And remember, guys, you don't have to wait for the expiry dates. On top here is all of your expiry dates over here. You don't have to wait till you can actually go sell. So if you're already in profits, you can actually go sell your position. You can even immediately close it here to the nearest person, market sell, and it will get you out completely. Now, remember, guys, if you do want to take Ethereum options, you must have ETH. Very important that you can't use USDT. You must use Ethereum. And another thing, guys, Deribit also offers leverage and offers spot as well. So if you want to take the normal trades as well, you can take them on this platform over here. So guys, what I'm doing is I'm a leverage trader. I'm a spot trader. I'm a long-term trader in the markets. Now I'm starting to become an options trader. I now saw that we made a video, I think it was around 3 months ago, where we took a long and we actually turned this account. If you have a look right now, let's see the price where we're sitting at. We're at $1,260 and we started with $300. So when we had the calls previously, ETH was 1,800 and we went to 2,100. And we 4x'd our Ethereum by being on that. And now Ethereum's going up, which is amazing. So it's a great way to accumulate actual Ethereum as well. Again, the risk that you are taking is the actual amount that you are paying. So whatever you're paying over here, that's your risk that you're taking over there. If you get it correct, you're making the money on that entire Ethereum. And that's where the power comes in, is it's not your Ethereum you're playing with. You literally have an option to use an Ethereum for a certain period of time to buy or to sell that actual Ethereum. And that's where the power comes in. So there is that slight little leverage part to it, but at least your risk is calculated and you know what you're going to lose if it gets incorrect. That's why for me, I like to choose, especially when we're at a critical moment of movement in the market, I like to choose the nearest one to current price, pay my little bit of a rate. I don't want to go too much in the future to try predict or pay too expensive. Once a big move is happening, I like to get in it now and take advantage. So guys, if you want to sign up with the Deribit, you do get discounts on trading fees by using my link below, which is in the description. Give them lots of love. And again, they don't just do options, they do spot and futures. So I just want to clarify again, short-term pullback from Ethereum to 2,100, and then I am looking at the push to $3,500 to $3,600. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all on the next show.